Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. So today we are going to have a second look, a final look at the build I've done on the Subaru. I did an interior build, and I think it was mostly just kind of the construction of it and how it ultimately looked empty. Well, I've been living in it and out of it. I've been in my trailer, my little runaway rouser, for a couple of months, and in the car for the other amount of time. It's been about 6 months since that video. It's March of 2025 as I'm shooting this, and I'm about ready to leave the desert. So having been in the desert all this time, I don't even pretend to fight the dust. The doors are open all the time because, you know, it's small in there and I want openness, and it's just really dusty and dirty, and you're going to see a lot of dusty and dirty. So you're going to have to forgive me. As soon as I leave here and I'm not going to be in the desert so much anymore, then I will do a real good detail and get it all cleaned up. Okay, let's real quick take a look around at how I've got it set up. All right, this is the electrical center. Down here I have the Bluetti Elite 200. This is the best power station I've ever seen. Look how small it is. It fits in the floorboard of a Subaru SUV so well. I can never hear it. It's quiet. It's just fantastic. This is the best of all. I've got reviews on it and videos on it, and go check them out. And then this is Cody's bed. This is where he will live while we're driving, although he prefers to, even now, to be in back while we drive, so he'll spend most of his time in back. But he comes up and sets in here too. Now, if you remember right, I keep a cooler here and a microwave up here. I've left them off so you can see it without it. If you're a person who does not want a cooler or a microwave, then man, look at all the room I'm going to have. I've got this whole L unit, and again, I have a video on showing that. And then if I didn't have the cooler, it would just extend out. I'd put in legs here, and my goodness, it's just a huge, enormous amount of storage in here. Here I have a net. This is just a net. It hangs from the grab handles, and I've got a bar here, as you can see. See, I got a bar over there. I'll show you a little more from the other side. And in here I have my Reflectix, which is all cut out. You can see over here I have got the Reflectix in these back windows where it will just live. It'll never come out. I don't need to see out those windows. So that's just going to live there. Got a little storage here, little storage up in here. Everywhere you can grab storage, you gotta. One of the things I got, and that I'm just delighted with, is this pull-out drawer. It's a very small one, smaller than I'd like. But you just screw up into the bottom of the plywood, and I had a small space, so this was all I had to work with. But yeah, this is fantastic. I'll put a link down below. But boy, I'm still glad to have it. I got the smallest one so that it can fit in here. And then I have totes. So there are 6 of these totes here, just organizing me. And the cooler will be down here. And I've got a strap across here that allows me to hang things. I won't really know until the cooler is in how practical that is. I'll show you the bed here in a minute. And of course, I have an awful lot of storage underneath the where the seat used to be. Just a huge amount. It's a bit of a mess now. I just kind of have thrown things in. That's not good, but that's just the way it is. All right, we'll go around back. I have a box that goes on back in this receiver hitch. Here is mostly this is food and cooking. This is here because I didn't know where else to put it. Don't have a home for it yet. There's some pots and a bowl and crackers back there, ready to microwave meal. And I buy the boxed milk so that it doesn't go bad. If I'm going to be in a place for a while, I might buy a half gallon at a time. My Reflectix again up here in this cargo net. Just odds and ends, very light stuff. It's not going to handle any weight. And these are all books. Both of these is totes. They're heavy. I want to get rid of them. Water. I have some water down here, and I have a video on water, on how to carry water in and I'll show you here in a little bit more. My bed. So there are 3 elements to my bed. I started with just this Therm-a-Rest. This is self-inflating, and then you blow it up a little bit to get it to perfect. Then I bought this huge sleeping bag and slid the that in it, and I thought the two together, that keeps it more comfortable. Cody's claws aren't going to get into it. So this is another one. You can see it's got its own inflation valve and deflation valve. And so I have two of those, and now it's comfortable. Now it's very comfortable. Here's a corner, so you got to stick everything you can in the corner. My hiking shoes are in here. And so, you know, this is just the stuff of life. This is stuff you've got to have. And then over here, just more storage underneath. This will be the cooler and the microwave. And so this is what I've got. This, you can just hang things here. I like hanging things a lot. My light over here is this is an Onite. Although I've had those and had them lasted for many years. Mostly this is here at the end. It's all Cody's stuff, and then I chose bladders, and there are two 2-gallon bladders here. And you can see this is the lid for the spout for one, and this is the spout for the other. They're bladders, and so they can just go in a spot like that and fit and conform. And boy, I love those things. And all I have to do is push the seat forward, and then I can get them out. This looks like a crowbar, doesn't it? It is a crowbar. I think it's a real useful thing to carry a crowbar, and I almost always do. And then over in this seat, my driver's seat, of course. So there's not much to see there. I do have a hatchet, and here's the crowbar. I just think they're practical things to keep on hand. So under here I have the spare and everything I need to change a tire. In fact, I had to change it. The tire didn't go flat, but I got a rock caught between the disc and the brake, and it was sounding terrible, and I had to pull the tire and force out the rock. And so part of goes in the desert, I guess, all these rocks you drive over. And I also have 300 watts of solar. It's charging my solar panel right now. But 300 watts is good. I have a video on that, and so you can go watch that video on how I mounted my solar panel. You can see it's very low. It's not even really obvious, I don't think. The hardware is obvious because it's silver. I should have painted it, but I just haven't. But it mounted really easily and well, and I'm very, very happy to have a 300-watt solar panel up there. So there you go. That's the tour. There's not a whole lot to see. I'm carrying too much stuff. I got to get rid of all the books. That's a lot of weight and bulk that I don't need. They'll go away, and next time I'll have more space and less weight. Weight's a really big factor. Everything I've done, I've thought about weight. Do I absolutely have to have this? And there's a certain amount of things you just have to have. You got to be carrying water. Minimum, I'm carrying 5 gallons right now, and I want to increase that. I don't think that's enough with a dog. My dog is drinking a good half gallon or more every day, so I got to have that much just to keep my dog in water. So that's a pretty big deal, and weight's very important. You want to do everything you do with weight in mind. Okay, I hope you got some ideas from this. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.